So I think this is going to be one of the most controversial videos that I have ever made on this channel. So make sure you tag or label it or save it somewhere just in case it gets deleted. Hello, welcome back my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue and today we're gonna talk about photo editing and manipulation for obvious reasons that you can imagine how that topic is so hot right now. And I have been noticing so many headlines that claim that Meghan does not incur in photo manipulation and does not incur in photo editing. And if she did, nobody will find out. And I just find that laughable. And I'm going to explain what is my stance about this once and for all. Now, you know that my background is about 30 years with everything related to images, from photo forensics to special effects to creating memes. I have worked in many industries that have to do with Photoshop and every other photo manipulation software. So I think I have the chops to talk about this. And by the way, when I say that this video is going to be controversial, I am not joking for, well, many reasons. So I want to get some concepts clear. First of all, what has happened these days has to do with editorial images. And what is an editorial image? Is when there is an event. It could be a royal engagement or something like that, or maybe a movie premiere, and these photographers go there and take pictures of the event itself and take pictures of celebrities or the royals. Those are editorial images in the sense that they describe something that happened in real life. They're describing an event. The rules of editorial images are pretty much the same for every single outlet. They cannot be modified in any way besides just maybe cropping the border. You can switch a color photo to a black and white photo, but that's pretty much it. You cannot do heavy photo manipulation, and we are going to talk about that. So when they find, in theory, that a photographer has made some kind of photo manipulation on the photo that he wants to sell as editorial, well, there's a big problem, because any change means that you are not representing reality itself. In this case, an event. And if that happens, then the photographer most probably will lose any reputation, and he will not be able to sell any more editorial images. That is important. That is important, and those are the rules that we're talking about. Now, I want to show you this. So this is the best example that I could find about the hypocrisy of the media. And we're talking about Associated Press, and we're talking about Getty Images specifically. Here on the left, like this photo right here next to me, is Meghan's official picture on the royal family website. All right? It was the Commonwealth Service in 2018. And the photo on the right, on the other side of the screen, is a picture of the same event. These two Meghan are the same person, with the difference that the picture on the far right, not here next to me, on the right, you can find it on Getty Images website. And the picture right next to me, you can find it in Alamy, which is another outlet of pictures. Now, you tell me which one of these pictures looks more natural, more like reality, more like an editorial image. Remember that editorial images, you can take the picture and you cannot modify them in any way. It's easy to spot that the photo on the left looks like Meghan, right? It's very accurate, but the photo on the right has this softer skin. We don't see any freckles. Again, it's the same event. This is the same Meghan, the same day, just minutes apart. and the skin tone is different. There's also a bit of out of soft focus, some blur. It is evident that there is manipulation of the image here because you are changing, this is very important, you are changing the quality of the skin of the model. So that should be a big no-no. And both of these images are classified in either website as editorial. So Getty Images has that picture on the right as an editorial picture with said modification. So this is important because I ask you, my rogues on Twitter, to send me all these examples of Meghan's manipulation of images. And not only Meghan's manipulation of images, but the outlets, these outlets that say to have this holier-than-thou attitude with Catherine's photo. You see that they are rather flexible with Meghan. And we're going to find that hypocrisy with this picture, which is the picture that I wanted to talk in the first place. Can you guess? Where can you find the picture on the left, the one next to me, the one who looks completely perfect with no blemishes, absolutely photoshopped? Yes, on Getty Images website. And the one on the right was published by Page 6. Now, one thing that I want to make it clear, none of these pictures have been altered whatsoever by yours truly. You can look for these pictures on the internet, you can look for these pictures on those websites, and you're going to find them as they are. I have not changed anything. All right? So, you begin to notice a pattern, right? That sometimes Meghan doesn't look like Meghan because there is actually a photo manipulation. There's actually a modifying of her facial features in many ways. I have thought of making a live stream that will be anywhere between 3 or 4 hours talking about how photography and photo manipulation works. But yes, I would need some time to explain, for example, lens focus and focal length and many other technical details that give you a better idea how this works. But instead of that, I think I can start with something that is rather simple, so to speak, to understand what are Meghan's worst blunders, Photoshop blunders. And we're going to talk about not only about this, but also about this right here in this video. And of course, this. So this as well, we're going to talk about. But first, before we jump into the next topic, this is something that I need to drive home. This is something that I need you to understand. There are many apps out there online or on mobile phones or I don't know, Mac, Windows, it doesn't matter. Many apps that claim to detect if an image has been photoshopped or edited or manipulated or generated by artificial intelligence or crafted, modified in any way. This is what I'm going to tell you as, I don't know if I should call myself an expert in the field, but I've got the experience to talk about this. None of these apps work. They are no better than a coin toss. They claim to detect percentages that this photo was created by AI, this photo was taken by an actual camera, this photo has Photoshop. None of those apps work. The apps that actually work are not available to the public for free. Okay, this is important. Keep that in mind. I know that your intentions, most of your intentions are good, and you send me this supposed analysis of apps. I just discard all this because I know for a fact, I'm telling you, they don't work. Okay? Your eye and common sense is what actually works. So let's go back to this image and why I wanted to talk about this image. This image helps to illustrate what is not photo manipulation. This is makeup. This is the right camera. This is the right focal length. And the right hairstyle. Hairstyle helps here to make Meghan's face slimmer, right? That's it. Now, this image is not an editorial picture. Keep that in mind. The distinction. This is not an editorial picture. This is a more like a creative or portrait picture for her. So it can be modified in any way that you can imagine. Like this. It's like, how can you say that this is the same person when Meghan doesn't look like Meghan herself? It's like this picture. I remember when I did the analysis of this picture, and this photo right here is on their Instagram, Sussex Royal. They publish it themselves. It's right there, and Meghan doesn't look like Meghan. What is this sorcery? We all see that neck tense, just like Meghan knows how to do it. I remember the analysis of this picture, but it's a bit strange, right? Why Meghan doesn't look like her. And I can vividly remember the moment, the instant, what I was doing when I saw this image for the first time. I said, stop the press. I have to make a video about this because no, it nothing matched. For example, Harry's and Meghan's heads are the same size in this picture, and in real life, they are not the same size. It's that simple, among, of course, other things like the hair. But it's obvious that this picture does not comply with what we expect from an editorial photo. And we're talking about a photo which is in the cover of a magazine for the world's most influential people. And in this case, Time magazine did not care. We don't know if it was Archewell or it was Time magazine themselves who made the retouching, but yeah, you remember that retouching included this. This is a joke that is already old, but this is not something that we can let pass, right? It's like People's Magazine. Hair. Now, there are things that I need to make it really clear. You know, I have never messed with Meghan's intrinsic characteristic, and one intrinsic characteristic is, of course, her toes. But again, I am not modifying any picture here. I'm just presenting the pictures as they are, as they exist in reality in these websites. Just like this was from the photo shoot of Variety. You remember that photo shoot? Well, you got this picture, right? But at the same time, you got this picture. And both of these pictures, you can find them in the wild, published by these magazines, and you can compare with my video and realize that I haven't changed anything. But how in the world can you explain there is a toe that extends and contracts? That is, I have some knowledge of anatomy, and to my knowledge, that is not something that happens with humans, at least. So the contracting toe, yeah, that is absolutely photo manipulation, and can be a bit uncomfortable to watch, of course, but that is a fact. So there's an undeniable fact that Meghan, Harry, Archewell, Getty Images are in the ruse. All are doing the same thing, and they pretend to put these two people, Meghan and Harry, like these avatars of complete transparency, and they will never be caught doing something like that, which is the highest level of hypocrisy that I can imagine. So, At some point, sometimes, I have to play devil's advocate. But before I play devil's advocate, I want to mention all the fallout with Mrs. Harriman's picture of the tree of life, whatever. It's not a willow tree, it's a jacaranda tree. He published the original picture in color, whatever was taken with an iPad, all over from the other side of the Atlantic, whatever. And he claims that what Tom Bauer said on Revenge is not true. That he never photoshopped that tree on that picture. So that's really fresh out of the oven. I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments, by the way. But I'm pretty sure that being so fresh, we're going to have new developments about this in the following days. Now, my question is, Tom Bauer's book was out quite a while ago. Why didn't Mrs. Harriman react back then? Why react now when Catherine's photo exploded and people were pointing their fingers at what Tom Bauer had said? And most strange is that Mrs. Harriman doesn't mention Tom Bauer at all, ever. In all this Twitter frenzy that he has started, he hasn't mentioned him. That is strange as well. But, well, there are a couple of things that I want to mention. I don't want to make this video that long. And it's this picture. I already analyzed this picture on my Body Language Guy channel. I got this sent a lot. Okay, in the sense that people think that this picture was fake. And no, this picture is the real deal. It has color and light digital manipulation, but I can guarantee you that the people who was in this picture and that you see in this picture were at that moment in time, all at the same time when the button was pressed. So they were there. If we're going to, no, nobody was photoshopped in, okay? And this is when I need to play devil's advocate, because sometimes the way the media works is not fair. You know, there was this Christmas card from the Harkles. I don't remember which year, but it had something that the media or some, I don't know if it was the media, like these outlets, or the Sussex Squad, I really don't know, but someone photoshopped Meghan's face to look like this. And I couldn't find an official source of this extra crisp face of Meghan. Every official source that I found was this one. It was more natural. So I understand that you want to believe that some photo manipulations and some editing are just the Harkles doing shenanigans. But my roguies, I just want to tell you that we have enough instances, actual instances, real instances of photo manipulation, and we don't need to make up other instances that really didn't happen, because these ones did happen. And I think for the sake of being fair and for the sake of being real and for the sake of my credibility, and I need to point out when something has been done in bad faith with hypocrisy and when, well, no, it's not the real deal. This is the, how to say this, the real hypocrisy of the media claiming that editorial images cannot be modified in any way. And you see this still in Getty Images website. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, my rogues. But still, I want to know, what do you think about this in the comments? My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And until we meet on another video or another live, just remember, much love and bliss.